Hi guys! So here I am doing these videos. I was supposed to go to the beach today, but you know, as Mother Nature has not been the best, it's been raining. It rained yesterday and it rained today, and I think it's gonna be a passing shower tomorrow. So we just didn't go to the beach, and you know, yeah. So right now, yesterday I filmed a little bit. I went mini golfing with my boyfriend. My original intent was to go go-karting, but we had no time. So because we had Cheesecake Factory, and then by the time we got to Cheesecake Factory it was 8 o'clock, and I was like, well, I don't think we're gonna have time to go, but it's okay. Right now we're gonna go get gas, and I just need to pick up like nail polish. But y'all, I guess I could tell you this story. A couple weeks ago, or 2 months ago to be exact, I got a ticket. I got pulled over. It's not the first time I've been pulled over, it's actually the second time I've been pulled over. The very first time I was pulled over, I was 16 years old, and it was like I just got my license too. Like it was, you know, maybe like a couple months, like 6 months with my license to be exact, because that's what got me off. I went to this really famous beach that's around my town, and I remember my friend was telling me to go, so I was supposed to make this like U-turn, and there was like one U-turn going this way, another one going the other way. And what happened was I made the U-turn in the wrong way, but it was to like get across to the fields, and there was nobody there. And like I didn't know that I made it on the wrong turn, like the wrong U-turn. A cop happened to be there, pulled out, and I was telling my friend, because I was with my friend, it was like for senior skip day, I was like, Crystal, I think I'm getting pulled over. And she's like, no, the cop's not coming to you. And I'm like, Crystal, I think the cop's coming to me. Lo and behold, the cop pulled me over, and yeah, nothing really bad happened. I remember like crying, like just endless crying. And the officer was like, you realize you made it like in the wrong U-turn? And then he was giving me such a hard time. He's like, you know, you could have crashed the car. And like, you know, looking at it back now, I'm like, God, he was like unnecessarily harsh on me. Once he saw my license, and he saw I only had it for 6 months, he's like, okay, he's like, I'm gonna let you off with a warning, but don't do it again. And I was like profusely crying. That was the first time I got pulled over ever in my life. Second time I got pulled over was 2 months ago. Where I go to school is kind of far. It's about 40 minutes from my house, so I take a lot of highways. And there's this one highway that is very windy roads, lots of turns, whatever, like a snake, I guess. So my dad calls it, like a snake road. But anyways, I was driving there, and I just got onto the highway, and I was driving, and first I was having a really bad day. Like I remember like I woke up, my mom had knee surgery like literally 2 weeks ago. It was during my spring break. She had her knee surgery, so she was still recovering. And I remember before I left for class, she was telling me that she felt like her knee was really swollen, and she felt like this like throbbing pain. And for some reason, I thought it was a blood clot. And I'm like, I remember after her knee surgery, the doctor told us, they're like, yeah, you know, if she has this pain, take her to the hospital. So she was telling me, they're describing a similar pain that she was feeling. I was getting worried. I was telling my mom, do you want me to take you to the doctor? Because I was home that day, and my dad works nights. So I was like, I can take you to the doctor. Like, I don't mind, like, missing class. Like, I have up to 2 absences per class. Anyways, so, yeah, I was getting really... I was already, like, shaken up, thinking my mom had, like, a severe blood clot. You know, because blood clots can lead to strokes. So I was really, really worried. She's also in her 60s. So, I was already, like, you know, shaken up from that. And then on top of that, like, I was really tired from school. Like, I wasn't getting enough sleep. I really wasn't. And I only got like 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I was extremely tired, extremely frustrated. And you know, like when you're frustrated, Sorry if you hear the wipers, it's starting to rain. But yeah, I was getting extremely frustrated, and I was having a bad morning, and I was like, literally, I was crying like as I was driving to school, and I didn't realize my speed. I ended up going 80 in like a 55 or whatever, and I didn't realize it until I looked down at my like speedometer. I was like, holy shit. So I immediately hit on the brakes, right? And you know, mind you, I'm in this like midst of a mental breakdown. As soon as I hit the brakes, a trooper pulled me over, and I saw him in the back. On top of that, just to make my day worse, I saw the lights, and I was like, well, he was behind me, and at that point I was going the speed limit. And yeah, I got pulled over, and I was still crying. Like, now I'm really crying. So eventually the cop gave me the ticket, and the cop was like really, he wasn't mean at all. He was really, really nice, but he was so confused. He's like, are you okay? I'm like, no. He's like, you realize you were speeding? And I was like, I didn't even realize. And I told him, I was like, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, I'm really scared about my mom, whatever. He still gave me the ticket. So now this is where I was a little taken aback. I thought when they gave you a ticket, they gave you like the price on what to pay, right? Because I knew whatever. Wrong. In New York, when you get pulled over, they give you a ticket to plead guilty or not guilty at a court. So I was like, this is a joke. Like, this is actually a joke. Like, it's not even a ticket I have to pay. I have to plead guilty or not. And I remember I asked the cop, I was like, so can I do this online? Like, I was telling him, like, what do you mean plead guilty or not? Like, I was genuinely confused, and he was explaining it to me. But yeah, so I was like, well, now this is something I don't know how to do. And I didn't want to tell my parents because my dad was going to be extremely upset with me. So for the grace of God, my best friend works in a law firm. So I immediately called her and I told her everything that happened. Actually, I told my boyfriend first, because after that I went off to school, and I was telling my boyfriend, I was like, babe, like, I got pulled over, whatever. And I remember I called my friend immediately, the one who works for a law firm. I told her, I said, I don't know what to do. I don't know to plead guilty or not. Like, I don't know. So I immediately, thank God, she works in a law firm that does like everything. They do divorce, they do traffic tickets, they do everything. So she's like really good friends with the traffic lawyer. So she told him everything that happened to me. And I told her I only went 80, which was like 25 miles over the speed limit. And then, yeah, he looked at it, and basically it's taken care of. Like, I had no points to my license because I was looking at 6 points to my license, but it's all taken care of. And yeah, no points. The lawyer did everything for me. He's like, you don't have to do anything. He's like, just relax. I told him, I was like, I'm really scared, I'm really nervous, and he's like, just relax, you're fine. So yeah, but I had to pay a $500 parking ticket. That's what it got put down to. And the reason why is because I had no other offense, obviously, on my license. So they gave me off just a parking ticket and no points. I'm very, very grateful, but $500, yeah, it was a pain in my ass. But the reason why I'm bringing this story up, well, actually, now every time when I drive on the highway, I put my little cruise control on so I can't be fucking up anymore. But the reason, and also too, when I drive, I get really scared of cops now when I see on the road. Like, I'm always looking around. When I see a cop, I get extremely nervous. Like, I was picking up my sister 2 weeks ago from the airport, and there was cops everywhere on the same highway, and I was just so nervous. But I was on, like, I had my cruise control on, so yeah, cruise control. But the reason I'm bringing up this story is because this morning I got a ticket. Not while driving. It's a red light ticket I got. I thought, again, everything happens when I'm like angry or emotional. I remember I was arguing with my dad over this car because it was like we were arguing over the dealer or whatever. And I guess when I was coming home, I was making a left, and I guess the light was red. I could have sworn it was green, but it was red. $50 ticket. It's fine though. It's just a red light ticket, and the camera caught me. So, but yeah, that's why I'm bringing this story up. Yeah, I'm really scared to drive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my confidence in driving went down a ton after the $500 ticket. Also, in 1 week, I see Beyonce. I'm so excited. My boyfriend gave me Beyonce tickets for Valentine's. I need to buy a sparkly top. I need to match the theme. This will be my first like real concert. I've never been to a concert in all 20 years of my life. I went to this, like, I saw Neo at my school. He came to my college at like a performance, but that was really it. I got lucky. I saw him like real close too. It was free. But yeah, I'm so excited to see Beyonce. I'm looking up like outfit things to wear because I want to like match, obviously. But yeah, I'm really excited. All right. BRB. We filled up gas. She full. So, it's my last semester of school, right? Hooray. Last time I remember, like, I was watching a couple of my videos back. I think I was like in my second semester of community college. I graduated from community college. I have an associate's degree right now, but right now I am going for a bachelor's to finish off. I eventually went into the same degree, communications, but with a concentration in celebrity and culture. Pop culture, to be exact. And I have a minor in rhetoric and public advocacy because it really wasn't my choice. They were like, for your major, you have to have a minor. And I was like, okay, this sounds like more hours at school. Now, I was very iffy going to another college because colleges are expensive and you always have to take out loans. And I'm already stacked up with loans just from the community college, even though it's community college. It's close to home, which I didn't want to dorm because dorming to me, it was like all this extra money. I'd rather just spend it like on gas. So that's what I did. I didn't want to go. I genuinely didn't, but I was like, you know what? Let me just finish it off. So now I have a bachelor's and a very, very high loan, extremely high loan. Guys, you have no idea how much I owe between the two schools. Fast forward, I had to take a whole extra semester of classes because my advisor basically screwed me over. I feel like I've had this conversation with you guys about my other school too. But yeah, my advisor basically screwed me over, and I was supposed to take an extra class when I first got transferred there, and I didn't know because she told me at first I was set, and then I found out later that I wasn't set, and she's like, no, yeah, you're supposed to have you're supposed to take an extra class this semester. And I was like, oh great, then I would have graduated in this past May. But it's fine. And I couldn't take summer classes because the school charges about $2,000 to $3,000 per class, and that's something I don't have in my checking account. So I needed 2 classes, so that would have been $12,000 up front, which I didn't have. And for one of my classes, I had to do an independent study because my major is kind of new in the school that I attend. So create a whole independent study, which is a lot of work, by the way. Independent study basically means that I'm doing one giant research paper for the whole semester. So I had to pick a topic on what to write for the next 3 months, and I've been having a difficult time finding the topic. I found a professor that's going to do it for me and that's going to help me, but I still had to figure out what topic I want to do. And I think I figured it out, but I emailed him telling him about the topic that I think I finally decided on, and he hasn't emailed me back. And I told him, I said over the summer I might work on it, and then I don't know if he's like out. I'm assuming in August he'll probably definitely answer back because like that's when like I guess school starts. But I'm very hectic, very weird about it because, like I said, I wanted to take this other class and just like not do schoolwork. Like I didn't want to do extra schoolwork over the summer break. I didn't want to do that. But unfortunately, with the circumstances, I have to do independent study to fulfill my extra credits that I need. Because like technically, I'm done with my major. I'm done with my minor. All of this is just stuff just to graduate from the school. Like it's not even nothing towards my degree. It's all just to graduate from the school. I have this filler class because I'm also like I'm on a scholarship sort of. So you have to take 4 classes, or you have to have 12 credits in order to sustain the scholarship, because all I needed was 3 classes, but I had to take an extra class to fulfill scholarship. So you see how I end up having to stay at the school a lot longer because of greed, and like it was just unnecessary pain. Like it was literally meant for you so you can stay there. So yeah, I have to take an independent study basically. not fun. I was gonna take this other class, like a filler class that I had in there, because the independent study is not approved. That's the reason why I'm working on it now, to get it approved. But I'm like, I kind of just want to low-key take the class. It's in the evening. It's like 2:40 to 4:05. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need, I was like, but if I take the independent study, I get out really early, and I'll be home every day extremely early. But I don't know, y'all. Yeah, that's my schooling situation. It's horrific in my opinion, but here's what it is. I kind of want like food, like Starbucks or something, and the only Starbucks is in this Target here. But do I want to go to Target? Because that means I'm gonna buy something. And guys, I spent so much money on this car. Like, I need to like recuperate from that. Let me just have something about asynchronous work or asynchronous job. It's great and all for school. However, the one thing that I don't like about asynchronous jobs is I feel like depending on the type of job you have, you can have so much work that you still end up working like all the time. Like, I have a part-time job that's asynchronous, but I feel like sometimes I work 7 days a week and I'm supposed to be only working like 4 or 5. Like, you know, I like having a set time because I get to like get off work and I'm off of work. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about anything else. It's like anytime I take a day off, I feel like I'm, you know, like I'm missing I can't catch up on my work. You know what I mean? I feel like I can use that day to catch up so I'm not bombarded. I like my job, don't get me wrong. I think it's an interesting job. It's very fun. It works with my schedule, like with school. However, now that school's over, school will be over in December. I have to look for a full-time job. Like, I like to have a job where like when I'm done, I'm done. I don't have to do it anymore, you know? This has actually been one of the chillest summers I've had since the past 2 summers, since I've traveled the other 2 summers. I low-key miss traveling. I love traveling. I like to explore different countries. My goal in life is to travel like to Europe, Australia, Egypt, like really like far places. So far I've just traveled in the Caribbean, but I would like to travel farther, you know, just to see what the world is like outside of here. I ended up going to Target because Rite didn't have the nail polish. I was looking for this color, like a royal blue, so I got it. And I missed some chips. And that's it for this car vlog. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be ending the video here. So yeah, love you guys. Yeah, stay tuned for next week. So, bye.